Knife round to the sides, and it's looking like Immortals would take the CT side. It's composed of Phelps, Zeus, Bolt, Lucas, and Henny. While for Selfless, we have Breezy, Nifty, Caboose, No One, and Mitch with such a strong performance here, Dust, for Selfless from that second map on Mirage.
Yeah, they looked real hot in that map. We'll see if that carries over, if they can build that momentum and actually steal this series away, because this brand has been known a time or two to upset a team in an online cup like this. Remember, they beat another Brazilian team in an iBuyPower Cup earlier this year. Maybe that was the end of last year. But either way, you get my point. Like, every now and then they're good for an upset. They did it on Mirage. Can they follow it up here? So far, they have met some good resistance as Phelps has taken down Nifty. The rest of the team is heading towards the B-bomb site.
Breezy was just trying to spot first to see if Phelps was still trying to push forward, but after he spotted in, nobody there, he's going to fall back with his teammates, and they're going to work as a team inside B. They goosh Zeus, and they take him down as well. As for Rael, who's just trying to connect, but he is stopped by Caboose. Now the B-bomb site is open. It's also planted for B main. Smoked out towards the CT spawn. That's going to run some time down and give a chance here for Selfless to set up. But out of nowhere, two guys simultaneously die from the checkers, and that's No One and Breezy. And they're just totally retaking the site now. Mitch is on a 3 versus 1, gets instantly headshotted, moving out inside B by Bolts. And yes, indeed, call the ambulance, because that was a lot of pain for Selfless on that hold.
Isn't that a car alarm?
No, it's an ambulance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Much different than what I said.
Yeah. If it was actually a house alarm, it'd be probably my whole building alarm, because I live in a high rise.
Aren't you fancy?
27th floor, baby.
There you go. Selfless are going to be looking for a B hit here. Pretty much everyone gathered up in the B lobby. P250s across the board except Nifty, who's of course saving for an op. No utility either, so I'm just going to run in here. Oh, they had that one flash.
Well, here's that flash that actually blinds the first one moving in, and I think that was Nifty. So they get annihilated. Breezy, the only one able to get a kill out of that, and drops an MP7, so that's not too bad as an investment for the Immortals. So one of them can upgrade and leave the rifle behind for the fallen Lucas. So it's going to be 2-0 now in favor of the Immortals. The B side is actually being held pretty well, if not retaken pretty well.
Indeed, but with that first round bomb plant, Selfless will be able to go ahead and get a full AK buy here. And it looks like they are setting up to boost several members up middle, so we're looking to get out of there immediately. A good smoke in A main, which would prevent any incendiary that is thrown boost from blooming. That's kind of the new trick I've been seeing people use to kind of make sure they can get their mid rush off and not get contained by some type of counter nade. And they are going to get out. 3 players already out in middle.
Yeah, full AKs across the board as well. Very passive play, at least for the Immortals, as they haven't really upgraded the other submachine gun that they had. So we're trying to play angled and crossfire. You see 2 guys on that minimap pushed aggressively forward, and that is going to be Phelps and Bolts by the locker side. That's a lot of information. That's why they could focus on 2 guys turtling inside B and not really rotating across while they play the catwalk side and highway very passively. Crossfiring up here from the white truck and from the highway area with Phelps.
And it's kind of crazy. I mean, they take mid control, they just leave Mitch behind, and they take everyone else back over towards A. Bolts has control of A main right now. Henny has already begun to rotate truck with his weapon. And then, of course, Phelps is still there as well, so it's going to be a difficult execute.
Big counter flashes coming through. Not pushing yet is Selfless, but they don't have that much time left. So Bolts is set up for 2 kills with that UMP, and look at that, everybody's just dropping. Runs out of bullets. Mitch gets a 3K spray, but immediately gets ended there by Zeus rotating from the B side. Nice try at least by Mitch. Only he had some cover, but there was not much time left at all in the round.
Yeah, I mean, they spent so much time just sitting in middle with 4 players and not really gaining anything because they were waiting for someone to maybe peek off highway or peek connector. Maybe even get some vision and checkers from Vince and get a pick that way. And no one was peeking. No one was exposing themselves. So eventually they just kind of leave Mitch there and go into the execute. But, you know, a little bit of a stack there from Immortals. They had 3 players waiting. So like you said, good counter flashes. And they're so critical when those counter flashes come when you barely have any time left on that clock. And it slows you down that much more. that really penalized them, and now they just have to rush in with pistols and hope for the best.
There's one on the other side of the smoke, and that's going to be Phelps. He gets one, gets some support from Bolts at the same time, and he stays alive. Last one's inside the site. Phelps just doesn't care, runs through with the USP, gets the kill, even running through fire. And that is 4 now unanswered rounds where Selfless could finally get an AWP if they wanted to. And indeed, Nifty will go for the glass cannon and a smoke. But the rest of them with full arsenal, and they're hoping to get something started here on this first half of Cash.
Yeah, this will be their first really big buy round where Nifty's actually going to have an op and they're going to have full utility. So let's see exactly what they want to do here. You're actually going to see Henny anchor the A-bomb site. They're going to go for a 1-3-1 setup here. I think I see them do quite a lot actually on this map. Really like to get the 1-3-1 out there, see if they can't control middle, deny Selfless control, and just make it harder on Selfless to find room to work with.
Well, on the other end for Selfless, they're still trying to gather something towards this connector side of B. See if Henny was opting right now. He's going to try to opt towards that B main, but of course it's only Lucas there by himself. Actually, Zeus is inside the vents as well. In case his teammate needs some backup, and a TK comes through. That's unfortunate. At least they dropped the guy in the vents. It's a 4-on-4 with the bomb committed, or with the bomb spotted. They will have to try to commit now for Selfless. We're about to get a battle towards the middle side as well, but Lucas is going to have to hold it solo inside B just for a bit. Phelps rotated across through the vents as well. Waited a little bit too long. Is Selfless to try to execute. Nifty finally trades it back. But it's 3 versus 2, 43 seconds left on the clock. Nifty and Mitch trying to move inside the B main. Bomb on the back of Mitch. One on the top of Heaven. Lucas still holding his corner in the back of the site. Holy flash, and that gives a chance for Bolts to come out and get the kill. Nifty's going to be on a 3 versus 1. Missing 2 off shots, hunt it down, and Bolts gets the kill.
It seems like someone lit a fire under Immortals right now. You have the 2 kind of stars for the team, Phelps and Bolts, both coming out of the gate really well right now. 8 kills and 7 kills for those 2 players, 5 rounds deep. Meanwhile, Selfless, no one's really got the engine going just yet compared to Mirage, but it's still very early, though this round's going to be difficult as they only have Tech 9s and a couple of flashes, and usually on these rounds they just 5-man rush something pretty quickly, so I'd expect pretty much the same, and that's exactly what we're going to get. 3 going towards the door, 2 in main, probably just going to flash out and run in. Notice how Immortals is playing retake A, though. No one's going to be, you know, caught, isolated at quad or inside the site. They will get a bomb plant because of this, yes, but it sets them up well to win the round.
That's for sure. We already have Phelps trying to run through. He gets the first one, but then traded out by no one with these big counter flashes coming. And then Bolt sprays across, drops the bomb the second time. Now he knows that 2's inside the site as well. He's waiting for some backup from his team, and even at this point, Gus, you're pretty far the call for this plant. Overcommitted was Selfless trying to push through to get that kill inside the site onto Phelps, which is why.
I don't know. I think the bomb also took like a really weird bounce after the guy died that dropped it upside default, so that certainly hurts. And now Immortals will just roll out the victory. And so that's going to be 6-0 for Immortals. And it's looking like we're getting another one-sided affair, right? It's been like this every map. Those Immortals on Cobble just kind of tearing through on their T side. Now you're seeing, you know, the whole big CT side for Selfless on Mirage, and now it's Immortals with their CT side Cash, you know, up 6-0.
And despite not having a bomb plan, it was still pretty good for Selfless with P250 Tech 9 armor to get 3 kills, actually. Try to damage the economy a bit on the Immortals side. Look at Breeze, it's just running out, but Henny was never blinded. Holding at the bottom of the highway, immediately gets the op shot. They're going to get the run boost onto their shroud spot as well. I think they missed it. No, they got it. Yes. They got it. No, they missed it.
No,
nonetheless, though, we're going to have Selfless going back towards the B side because of losing Breezy early there.
Yeah, Henny just giving up middle, but watching it from the site through highway. 2 and B right now. So, I mean, this actually makes the rotate a little bit difficult for Immortals because they're all kind of tucked into the A site. Makes the travel distance pretty huge. So a lot going to be put on the shoulders of Zeus and Lucas to hold here. Now you begin to see Henny and Phelps begin the drift towards truck.
We still have 2 players with a lot of firepower inside B, and that's Lucas and Zeus. Zeus has to step it up a little bit more there. He was struggling a bit from that second half, and at least they had that 6-0 scoreline. They lose one early up on that highway side, but they are still trying to commit inside B. So Zeus and Lucas have to hold it across. They're moving in from the checker side. Lucas does get the first kill from the rail side, but no one clears up the side right after. Now Henny will have to try to connect some lucky shots if he can with the AWP. Inches away before he was able to hit that opponent inside checkers. No one's inside the site. Nifty trying to walk across. Will get the op kill. 17 seconds left on the clock. Need coming through. That's going to hurt no one. Down to 22 HP, but that's going to be it. So now a 3 versus 1 to Bolts. Wasted his flash at the same time, so he's going to have to go in with the body peek.
So another big round from no one. Obviously had a huge map on Mirage, and now he just opens up this B-bomb site for his team. Nifty also just had a nasty kill on Henny in Heaven. I don't even think Henny even caught a sliver of Nifty's body, like one of those left-eye peeks. Nifty just takes him out, and that's going to end the round, basically. Bolt's trying to get an exit here on them running away, but it's not going to happen.
He's going to try to run out to pick up the AWP. Blows up right behind him, so they salvage that at least.
Yeah, and they have plenty of money as well.
Oh, yeah.
They had a big rounding streak going.
And Selfless finally on the board. But even Zeus was only at 1850 after that round, so thankfully for his teammates that had that money to be able to drop him. But hey, look at that. See, even despite them winning 6 rounds in a row, look at how much money's left after they buy here. Or after this buy. So yep. Selfless, if they could actually win this one, could actually reset Immortals back and make it a 6-3 scoreline. So as you mentioned before, it was a bit too early.
Double op coming into play now for Immortals. It's going to be Phelps hitting up the A-bomb site with it. Henny just holding mid passively. It's going to be a really quick A execute here. Caboose leading the charge, but Phelps still alive at the quad box, and Henny now rotating around from middle are just hitting all their shots right now. The ops going off for Immortals. 2 apiece for each opper, and Phelps will take the third, so that's going to be a quick victory for Immortals. Very potent double op setup that Immortals has. It's actually one of the things maybe not many people know about. They all know about Henny opting, but Phelps is a really solid secondary opper, actually.
It was pretty much like Duck Hunt. They were just posted there. After that flash, it was even a flash coming in from Selfless. 2 of them ran in blinded. Somehow Caboose got an entry with it, but everybody else is blinded and getting shot down one by one.
Yeah, because the thing is, when Showtime was on the team, he was a secondary opper, so people didn't really get to see Phelps op hardly at all. But you can certainly see that he's capable with it there.
They're going to play that retake one more time for the CT side. Into the A site. You do have Nifty posted up on the blue door, but everything pretty much spread across for Selfless as well on the save. We do have Caboose going with full utilities and Tech 9. And still has $2,600, so he bought down enough with the team. And they're going to try to take this mid control.
Yeah, trying to, but some good counter nades coming in. Bolt's right there putting one down on mid-main. That's going to stop them from really being able to get out. Starting to gather up over towards A, though, as well. They have a player tucked in the squeaky. One at A main already pushed out. It's going to be Breezy. No one actually catches a kill at middle, finally, on the Bolt. So they're starting to get a little bit of something to work with here on the Selfless side.
Yep, but they're still in that retake position for the A side, so if they decide to walk back towards B, they might get shut down, but you see that bomb is still waiting towards the entrance of A.
There's no smoke to block Phelps off, though, is the thing. As soon as they come out A main, I mean, he should get at least one freebie.
Wow. Okay. There was a 1D that happened from no one, but that doesn't really force any rotations through. Phelps finally spots it. They're going to get a bomb plant at the same time, but they do have a 1-minute advantage for the T's now. Phelps waiting for his teammate to move up. Henny with the AWP as well at Z. And Lucas also making his way up towards the white truck. They, of course, will be going for the retake. Henny getting the first op kill onto Caboose. You still have 2 waiting towards quad. 1 up blue door. That's going to flush them out. 1's burning. Hot potato. They'll have no idea that the last one's behind quad still. They think it's clear. Mitch is going to move out. Gets the dink, but does not connect with the kill onto Hen to play the surprise. And Lucas will be able to defuse to make it 8-1 in favor of the Immortals. But with that bomb plant, that gives a chance for Selfless to go back on that rebuy.
And it's really great teamwork on the retake there from Immortals. Really good smoke on A main from Phelps, using the incendiary to flush out quad box. You know, Phelps not jumping the gun, you know, just staying passive with the op, waiting for his teammates to get into position. Just textbook retake there from Immortals, and so they will make it now 8-1. As you noted, though, Selfless will be able to get the buy going with the plant. So that means Nifty will have the op in his hands. AKs across the board. Looks like they're going to set up for a very aggressive B-split. Some aggression from Immortals, though, to actually peek down lobby. It's going to be Phelps here with the op, moving away from his A position, kind of being diverse here. Finds Caboose. Almost lines up a 2-for-1 there. That was real close to being 2 instead of just 1.
Well, they know that people are pinned on the right side. Meanwhile, Nifty dying at mid from the op of Henny at Z. That's why you saw that smoke come through towards B main, just to give a chance for no one and for Breezy to move out from their sunroom area and try to get something done. He walks through the smoke! He gets the kill at the Zeus. The second one's solo on HP, but Fel still manages to get the shot with the AWP. That's pretty much going to end it here. We have a minute remaining. Mitch is only there with that op on a 4 versus 1. The bomb is down, but they don't really know this yet for Immortals. But they don't need to, because he just stops him.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the big difference here between, like, Mirage and this map is that Immortals has better counter nades, and on top of that, like, they're just winning the aim battles. Like, it's almost a complete difference. I mean, some of the numbers that some of the Selfless guys are posting up that aren't so great were kind of some of the numbers that you saw Phelps and company posting up in the last map, right?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like so much difference in form between these maps, dude. It's just been all over the place.
It's
I'm
crazy
like, who's performing
how...
and who's not.
Exactly, it's been one-sided pretty much to us on all 3 maps. If what worked well for Immortals got quickly shifted around by Selfless on Mirage, where they dominated Immortals. And then now it comes back into Immortals playing their CTE side just way too great. You see that aggressive.
It's even crazier because
too, right?
I feel like this map should be a lot more balanced in like a 10 round perhaps CT side you're about to see here in just a second. And then on Mirage, that's a little bit CT side. That was a huge T side from Selfless. So it's kind of crazy how that worked out as well.
Well, Henny getting the first kill onto Breezy.
Interesting.
Just running through the smoke. He doesn't care. 2 headshots with the P250. Nifty finally manages to salvage that AWP back, but
what are we watching right now?
360?
I don't know,
Or was that
man.
just the camera going towards him? But he just looked like a turret there. That was pretty awesome.
I feel like this series has been a bit of a circus at this point. We've just been seeing so many crazy frags and, you know, crazy positioning throughout these maps. It's been fun to watch, that's for sure.
Right? I mean, I was trying to say that you see the confidence back from Immortals from that cobbled map, and it's just pushing anything right now, and everything works.
Yeah, that's the thing that's been this whole series, though, right? Whoever was dominating, everything worked. They never really met any real resistance. They never had to, like, make any adaptations. And so, you know, no one seemed to be capable of making adaptations. It's just all been about stringing together a bunch of kills and just keeping the momentum rolling. And so, unfortunately for Selfless, they're on the opposite end of that now in the 3rd map. They're going to try to see if they can't do a crazy V-execute here, just spilling into the site. Good smoke from Lucas to stop the Molotov from being effective. Really just pre-plan that out so well. Look at him go, just dancing around the smoke, lining up all these kills. He's got 3. Good find to 4th, the P250. Caboose finally puts them down, but here's Zeus to finish it off anyhow. It's all going to come down to a 1v1, though.
Zeus should have had at least those last 2 with the way that Lucas played that. I mean, all the focus is towards that headshot box. But it's a 1 versus 1. Mitch is stuck inside the site. Bolts seems to have an idea that he did make it towards the CT spawn. Now they peek out, he wins the fight at least there, and it's going to be 11-1. But not only did Lucas play that well to nullify that smoke, but he also, or nullify the molly, but he also played that smoke and turned it into a one-way by jumping on that box. That was sick for Lucas with the amount of time he had to react.
He's the one name that doesn't get mentioned very often on this team because obviously like Phelps and Bolts kind of take the limelight, and then Henny, he's kind of like that Brazilian JW wildcard type player who can be really flashy. Like he has like this really sick like reaction shots and flicks, but he kind of misses some of the easy ones. But Lucas has like steadily been improving, I feel like. When you looked at some of the lands that they were like taking titles at, like CISO Season 9 for example, or the DreamHack Summer, like Lucas was putting up pretty good numbers at those. He's kind of like another entry fragger on the team, and on the CT side though, right there, he just, like you said, just played that out so well with that smoke.
Yeah, good to mention. Love tap there through the door, only 1 bullet shot, and somehow he tags Mitch. Like we just mentioned, when something's working, everything's working. That's just a little bit unfortunate there for Mitch. Breezy, meanwhile, has opened up towards the Z side onto Henny. So you do have this mid control for Selfless. And they do have a lot of map control to try to go for a pinch inside A, and Mitch will be able to do so by getting the opener from the blue door onto Bolts at the E-box, but Phelps is still alive at quad. He gets the first kill onto Mitch, gets the second one onto Caboose, turns back to the left, a third one, Quickscope on the top, not fast enough, but Nifty stops him. But now it's a 1 versus 1, Zeus spots him, it's a 1 versus 1 as Nifty's gonna try to spam across, he wins that fight. Oh man, and it's gonna be now 11-2. But what a nice try by Phelps, at least, from that quad side.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if this is coming a little bit too late, though. I mean, are they really going to be able to mount the comeback? It just seems like their backs are so up against the wall right now. I mean, that's certainly a start, but you got to win out the half, I feel like, at this point. You can't be allowing this big of a CT side on this particular map. I know some people feel it might be slightly too decided, but I feel like it could really go either way. And I think this is just a little bit too much for Selfless, but we'll see. Look at Henny just... Look at this kind of opping. Just gonna walk in the closet, make sure I don't make any noises with my scope.
So I'm gonna keep it scoped.
Yeah, just gonna walk in there. They'll never expect him there for sure. Maybe they use a molly to clear it. They're thinking a rifle pushed up.
And now they're gonna boost up there. Henny gets get the kill into Breezy, but Nifty doesn't try to peek out to try to go for the trade.
No.
Meanwhile, Phelps also gets a kill inside Sunroom, and they're slowly looking to reset the economy back on Selfless's side, as the remaining players are going to try to execute inside A.
Now Bolt's laying the hammer down the Mitch through the door, takes him down to 39 HP. Lucas now set up at the forklift. Good luck trying to kill someone through that thing. Lucas is going to step around trying to kill Mitch. Does trade it, but, I mean, it's pretty much all she wrote at this point. 12-2 for Immortals. Not going to allow Selfless to streak them together. And the money is not looking good for Selfless, right?
At all. They can't even afford Tech 9 armor for some of the players if they wanted to. Full armor, that is. So they're going to have to downgrade to P250s. And even buying that, not even enough.
It's
for
like when you're hungry, but you only have like 75 cents, so you can't even buy a McDouble. You're just got nothing.
You can
Time to go to the
always
refrigerator, get some tuna fish or something out.
You can always do the make value menu, and that's Tech 9s and the Deagle. But Phelps is waiting in there inside Checkers, gets one, traded out by Mid, but already two guys inside the fence, but they're crossfired from the front and the back. Mid and Checkers.
Sorry, I'm too immature for this.
It seems like it. It's late. It's late.
It is late, and then from the front and the back, yeah, I can't.
Henny outshot onto Nifty. 2 versus 2 right now. They're going to try to come across. Big flash, holds them blind as the spray comes across. Bolt goes for the 180. It's a 1 versus 1. Pistol against Tech 9, and Henny drops in for the kill. And we end the half 13-2.
What a series this has been, dude. Just landslides back and forth. The funny thing is, this map has gone all 3, but it's probably going to be one of the shortest series we've commentated. Even if you take out the delays that we had, like the technical problems, like this series has just been blazing fast.
That's true. And the Immortals just not stopping. They're going for a full train inside B. Nifty's hiding on the right side, though. And Zeus still manages to turn around and get the kill.
My.
Okay,
that's disheartening.
Guys.
That feels like one of the final nails in the coffin at that point when you got that
16-4 final score, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Oh, you're gonna give him 2 more rounds?
Yeah.
All right. What a prediction that would be.
And now the bomb is planted. It's a 1-minute advantage for the Immortals. They have spotted one inside the fence, and it's just blanks after blanks being shot by both players. And finally, Caboose loads the right clip. Still a 1-minute advantage, though. Moving in from Checkers. The one coming in from the headshot. Crossfire set up on the other end. Bolton Zeus picks up the last 2. And it's going to be 14-2 with a pistol round for Immortals in the second half as well.
So it being 14-2 now for Immortals, you have to feel like this one's pretty much a finished deal. I mean, Selfless would have to have just a miracle run, which neither team has been capable of in this series, to like really run a streak together to come back. So it's not looking good. It's pretty much doom and gloom here for Selfless, but again, can't expect too much. They just put this 5 together.
And it starts off with no one trying to walk through smoke. Caboose playing close on the other end. So even with counter flashes coming through, they cannot get any kills. 3 of them already dropped. Breezy about to peek out towards the front side. Spammed down by Lucas, and finally Mitch connects with something. but it was a 5 versus 1, and it is way too far to try to salvage that gun. Series point for Immortals, 15-2. That's where Selfless gets 2 rounds, right, Dust? With no money. But they're going to have the Deagle Miracle.
Yeah, I don't know that it really matters. They're definitely losing this one. I mean, if they ran 13 rounds in a row to force an overtime and wound up winning this series,
no,
I would be.
That's not.
I would be pretty much blown away. That would be like probably the sickest comeback I've seen in NACS. The Mortals are just, you know, taking no pause here, just running right through mid control, jumping over everything. No one though with the Deagle. I mean, is the Deagle Miracle? Is this?
And the bomb.
Don't mess with me right now.
Deagle
I feel
Miracle.
like you're on a shorter delay than me.
No, man. What are you talking about? I'm getting the same kills as you. It's a 3 versus 3. They still have the bomb down towards the bottom of the highway, though, so they have a good positioning from no one. Zeus is going to try to peek out. There's no one trying to connect with the Deagle shot, but the spray is going to be a bit stronger for Zeus, and he gets the upper hand. Now it's back to a 3 versus 2. All up to Breezy and to Nifty to see if they could save this round for Selfless. But at this point, it's such a slow walk for Immortals back onto A main, which is fine. There's so much time to work with right now for the Immortals. And all 3 of them will stack up towards this A main. I'm wondering, I wouldn't be surprised if they even just walk into the site as well. But Nifty peeks out. They lined up a little bit of a love tap. Zeus is down to 5 HP. Can Breezy clutch a 3 versus 1? No arsenal. No kit. And that's it. 16-2.